65 is a science fiction action-adventure film starring Adam Driver. The movie follows a space explorer, space expedition guy named Mills, whose ship crashes onto Earth. But this is not present day. Nope, this is Earth as it was 65 million years ago, complete with ferocious dinosaurs. Only Mills and a young girl named Coda have survived the crash, so it's just the two of them, and there is a language barrier between the two, which makes things just a little more complicated. Their only chance of survival at this point is an escape pod that Mills is able to locate using one of his little tech contraptions. Unfortunately, this escape pod is miles and miles away on the side of this mountain. So the two of them have to kind of go on this very dangerous expedition in finding this escape pod, being that it is their only way of getting off of this planet and surviving. So at its heart, this film is a survival story where our characters are completely overwhelmed by the hostile environment that surrounds them and are faced with a new threat at every turn. Our two protagonists are in over their heads, as well as they should be, considering the fact that they are on an alien planet. And this premise should be a prime breeding ground for creating great suspense, dread, and urgency. But unfortunately, this film fails to capture this. Each threat that they come into contact with just seems so monotonous. It was kind of like being in one of those text adventure games. Threat is introduced, they quickly find a solution, then another threat is introduced, and so on and so forth. The only scares they have in this film are unfortunately just really bad, cheap jump scares. They're all just abrupt and loud with absolutely no build-up. And this is coming from someone that actually enjoys jump scares when they're done right, but this film is kind of a perfect example of what is a bad jump scare. Another thing that I thought was really weird was the editing in this film. And I can't really put my finger on it, but when you watch it, you'll probably kind of understand what I mean, because the editing was very quick and very choppy. And if you saw the preview for this movie, then you're probably aware of the fact that this movie features dinosaurs. And that was one of the main reasons I wanted to watch this film, is because I really love dinosaurs. Jurassic Park pretty much has a monopoly on dinosaurs, and you don't really see a lot of other movies utilizing them. So I was really excited to see not a Jurassic Park dinosaur movie. Unfortunately, I guess I'm going to use that word a lot, they did not utilize the dinosaurs very well in this film. And it's actually really funny because when I was walking out of the theater after watching this movie, I remember thinking I felt so disappointed because I barely got to see any dinosaurs. But then when I thought about it, I was like, you know what? There was actually a ton of dinosaurs in that movie. The dinosaurs in this movie were actually on screen a lot. However, it didn't feel like it. And I think I know why. Each dinosaur that is introduced in this movie has absolutely nothing unique or interesting about it. Pretty much every single dinosaur is just the same dinosaur, just maybe a little bit bigger. And contrast this to Jurassic Park. Each dinosaur that is introduced in Jurassic Park is unique and scary in its own way. The raptors are pack animals. They run in packs. They're extremely intelligent.
Clever girl.
The Tyrannosaurus Rex is ferocious and giant. Even the Dilophosaurus, he's got that little frill thing and he can spit like venom and poison at you. And because of these little traits that each dinosaur has, it makes it to where they're a lot more memorable. You remember, you know what their threat is. But in this film, we learn absolutely nothing about any of these dinosaurs, and none of them seem unique. Do I mean that I need to know their kindergarten teacher or their greatest fears or their favorite color? No, but like I said, they need to have unique qualities to them that makes them stand out. We need to understand what scary factor they're bringing to the table that's different than the other dinosaur we just saw. And I think this is kind of a good reminder. If you are writing a story with a monster in it, you need to remember that the monster is not a prop. It is another character in your story, even if this monster is just a mindless beast. If it's just like a big mean grizzly bear or a shark, you have to have unique things about them that make them stand out, especially if you have multiple monsters. The dinosaurs are used as props in this film. They're just there to kind of look scary. And since we're talking about characters, I guess I'll just talk about the characters in this film. They are both acted really well, but it still falls really flat. Oh, which is kind of a shame because I actually kind of do enjoy what this story is trying to do. They're trying to kind of do a Joel Ellie type thing with the added element of them speaking different languages. And this makes it so that the communication has to be done in another way. And I actually really like this idea. This could have been really great. It would have forced the camaraderie between the two to be developed in other unique ways. But they don't really utilize that at all. Instead, you kind of just have Adam Driver yelling one word at this girl like that's how language works. The worst part about this film is just how boring it was. For a movie that is about dinosaurs, I don't really know how you can make that boring. Yeah, it was just kind of dull and boring. There are a couple good shots. Some of the dinosaurs don't look too bad. There were some creative ideas and some creative scenes. There were 2 scenes that I actually thought were really cute. I don't think that they did build the relationship and camaraderie between the 2 protagonists, but there were 2 scenes where they were trying and they were good. They were good scenes. But it also was just extremely monotonous and worse, just extremely forgettable. However, even though I found this movie boring and monotonous and forgettable, I actually do recommend it for 2 reasons. First, this movie was an original idea. That doesn't mean that there is no other movies that are similar to this or there's no other story that's similar to this. What I mean is that this is not a sequel of some kind and it is not a remake. Number 2, the movie didn't have any political agenda it was trying to shove down the audience's throat. So I recommend this movie because I don't want Hollywood to get the message that we don't want original content. I don't want them to look at this movie and see that it didn't do very well, which I don't think it is doing great. But I don't want Hollywood to look at that and think, oh, okay, well, that means we need more sequels. That means we need more remakes. That means we need more dumb political commentary. And that's what I don't want to happen. And so if there's anything about this movie that seems interesting to you, if you like dinosaurs, if you like Adam Driver, I would recommend you go watch this movie. You should give money to this movie because it's original. At least it kind of is trying. But I want to give more movies like this my money. I want to see more movies like this. Yeah, this one didn't work. This one kind of failed. But it doesn't mean that you can't get a better movie. Another movie that's going to be good, that's going to be original, and that is just going to try to entertain us instead of lecture us about anything. Because I don't want to be lectured anymore by a bunch of Hollywood elites. So yeah, I really wanted to love this film, and I wish I could recommend it more wholeheartedly and be like, wow, it's really great. But I mean, I can't. Still, go try it out.
Ready? Run.
But that's all I have for today, you guys. If there's any other movies you would like me to do a review on, please let me know down in the comments. Make sure to like and please subscribe if you would like to see more content from me. But that's all I have for today. Keep watching movies, guys, and keep being happy. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.
Most everyone's mad here.